watch you forever. Action, thriller, I could watch you forever. You are my cinema, a Hollywood treasure. Love you just the way you are, my cinema, my cinema. Stars spell out your name like in a science fiction drama. Romance growing like a flower in the summer. Love keep me guessing forever, my wonder. Hope you start undressing all my dreams and take me under. You are my cinema, I could watch you forever. Action, thriller, I could watch you forever. You are my cinema, a Hollywood treasure. Love you just the way you are, my cinema, my cinema. You are my cinema, I could watch you forever. Action, thriller, I could watch you forever. You are my cinema, a Hollywood treasure. Love you just the way you are.
All right. Let's see. Okay, everything should be good. My microphone should be set back up. The audio is going to sound like completely horrible because I'm in like a very echoey room. My basement, ironically, for sound actually was better because the sound didn't really reverb off of such a tiny area. So I am actually recently ordered a bunch of foam, soundproofing foam and stuff like that. So that will be on the way soon, hopefully. Probably here next week. And what else did I order? Like a mat for my computer. That's pretty much it. So yeah, hello everyone. I don't know. This is a late stream. I wanted to do this a couple hours ago, but I had some errands to run, and unfortunately, a lot of people might miss this stream. But then again, I don't know. It's 5 o'clock, so I'm gonna stream for like maybe an hour. My mom will probably be home soon and interrupting us for like a minute or so. But yeah, I'm just gonna stream for like an hour or so. I was thinking of maybe playing War Thunder actually, but I don't know if we're gonna do that actually. And also I've got like a fancy stream overlay. But yeah, just give me one moment. I'm gonna watch the trailer again. I know you most likely have all seen it. But I'm going to set up a I gotta add a new source. Browser, I'll just do display. Because I think maybe I could try browser. Browser might mess up the why is it gonna no I don't want it like that. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I don't want yes, I want like an actual display I'll just do a display capture. Where is it? Display capture. Yes. Top. There we go. Display 1. Okay. So, I'm gonna watch the trailer once through again, and then I'm gonna kind of chat about it. There's not really much to it. I do have my boy Soviet Cat with me today. My favorite Russia boo. Is that correct, Soviet, in that analysis?
You found me out. I would somewhat agree with that statement, though.
What do you mean I did it, Obi? What do you mean? I don't know. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna watch it through one more time. It's probably gonna be very loud. I don't know. and then I'm gonna chat about it. Very decent trailer, but of course, again, I assume most of you have seen it, but we're gonna watch it one more time. So here we go. Now remember, Soviet, be quiet. Eat your popcorn quietly. Movie started.
Доложите обстановку. База чисто, продолжаем движение. Мы получили данные разведки об активности врага в данном секторе. Продолжайте двигаться и держите ухо востро. Конец связи. База, есть контакт в тепловизоре. Контакт на 9 часов. База, попали в засаду. 3 танка ведут огонь. Запрашиваю поддержку с воздуха. 45-й, это Спрут. Вижу контакт. Открываю огонь. Цель уничтожена. Вражеские самоходки сзади. Мы отходим прямо на них. База, мы в тисках. Нам нужен воздух прямо сейчас. 45-й, это Сокол. Открываю огонь через 3, 2, 1.
Suffering heavy losses of MiG-27s. Requesting support. This is base. Scrambling KA-37. Tally target. Fox 2.
Я впустил ракету. Уходи влево. ЛТЦ. Он на мне. Ломаю траекторию.
That is some fucking. I will tell you this. I shit talk Gaijin a lot. Like, a lot, okay? Because I think they do a lot of stupid shit. And this is kind of the same thing. Like, I'm sure plenty of you have heard of what's going on with Wargaming. You know, so there's like the management department, the department, you know, like the people that just do stupid shit. And then there's like the department that does really, really good stuff. Okay. And I will tell you this: whoever is behind doing the trailers, they're that and like the creative teams are fucking amazing. Okay, because that's a pretty good trailer. That's better than Red Skies because it's a little bit more like, it reminds me of like a Battlefield trailer, honestly. So that's a really good trailer. So I'm popping a chub right now because that was amazing for more than one reason. So I'm just gonna click through it. So one thing where is it? I wanted to see here. Was it this scene right before the sprut? Was it? Where?
What are you looking for?
It was something I don't know why. Maybe I'm crazy. No. Okay, I think I was just nuts. I'm gonna like just kind of play through it. So, of course, we're on Fulda and we have a bunch of T-80Us. Now, one thing that I noted that a lot of other people have noted is that the T-80U is actually getting commander thermals because it doesn't have it currently. So I'm wondering if Gaijin is gonna just make the T-80 the T-80UK and change the name, because I'm pretty sure that the T-80UK is the one that has thermal, if I'm correct, Soviet.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
hopefully this coming patch they will actually rename the T-80U to what it should be named as if they give it commander thermal, which will be T-80UK, as far as I understand. So that means that will be a definite buff for the T-80U, having commander thermals. I very much enjoy commander thermals because it allows like it allows you for tanks that have really shit FOV. Now the T-80U in Gunner does not have shit FOV, but for stuff that does have shit FOV, commander view, like on the Arrietty, is so much better in a lot of the close end areas. Like if a lot of the times, because of course, you know, at top tier we're playing on maps like Advance of the Rhine a lot, stuff like that, stuff where you don't really need good zoom in a low field of view. You need a nice wide field of view. So I definitely enjoy when tanks have their commanders and their commander thermals, so they can actually do very well. Other than that, of course, we have Swedish Leopard 1s or Leopard 2A1s or whatever, 2A4s. That are speaking English and not Swedish. So I don't know what was up with that. And I think it was Comrade Fury said, did Mike voice the Leopard tanker? I have no idea. Let's see, let's click. So yeah, the T-80 getting that is nice. Also the Sprut, I kind of knew this was coming. Kind of got a little bit of a hint about this a while back. I'm assuming, apparently it's like the early Sprut, so it won't have thermals, but knowing Gaijin, they'll Frankenstein it. Because they kind of did that with the T-80U. The T-80U, as far as I understand, is not supposed to have a thermal optic without being named UK. Like, they've kind of just done it with the Russians a lot, and a couple of other vehicles in game, where they've kind of Frankenstein them by mixing different aspects of different versions of a vehicle together. So no doubt that they'll give the Sprut thermal anyways. And again, of course, this is a teaser trailer. Knowing Gaijin, these models are probably not finished. So we'll have to wait for a dev server on that. Let's see. And of course, the Russians get flanked by CV9120s. There's nothing notable here, by the way. People thought that this was a new tank. This is just a CV9120. Maybe they'll do like a model update to it or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's just there in the trailer just to be there. Then, of course, we get a view of what is a MiG-27. I don't know the specific variant. Would it be the MiG-27K?
People are saying it's M,
It's an M?
apparently.
Yeah.
People are saying it's the MiG-27M.
Well, yeah, so either way, it's a MiG-27. It's an actual ground attack version of the MiG-23, which, funny enough, I've been using in Ground Derby, actually, until I got my Su-17 again. But yeah, so someone was saying they have guided bombs or something. There's going to be guided munitions this patch that isn't like a missile. Of course, the trailer itself, actually, if I can pull up the image here. Hold on one second.
Would it be the TV guided bombs?
TV, it should be TV guided as far as I understand. I was actually watching something recently that Bismarck, who does the Military Aviation History channel, I believe it's the same guy, was talking about Russian air power with some NATO expert on or Russian stuff. And the Russians, for the longest time now, until like real world conflicts in Syria and stuff, they've been using a lot of old weaponry. So the Russian military isn't really used to using a lot of precision munitions. So they were kind of behind, like, they don't really use laser-guided bombs as much as we do. They've been using, like, TV-guided bombs still for the most part. I don't know what missile this is. If someone can look this up for me. I don't recognize this missile on the MiG-27. To me, it almost looks like a harpoon, but I know it's not a harpoon. I'm assuming it's some form of like a rip-off Maverick, because that's what it looks like to me. It must be. It's a certain KH missile.
It would
which I
be
don't
the
recognize.
KAB-500KR TV guided bomb.
This on the trailer.
Yes.
Okay, so this is actually a guided bomb. Would you say KAB what?
KAB-500KR, I'm guessing
Yeah.
it was.
So 500-pound or 500-kilogram bomb. So yeah, that will be getting guided bombs. If they're TV guided, that'll be nice for the MiG-27. Of course, not for a target on the ground. However, this is going to require you to fly in a certain manner to where you're going to be very susceptible to SAMs. So I wonder if Gaijin is going to be doing something about SAMs, because currently in War Thunder, I don't really like how a lot of SAMs, even though I believe they actually do this, are just firing without a radar lock. I don't really enjoy that they can fire without a radar lock and essentially be uncounterable. So I wonder if Gaijin's going to be doing something to kind of nerf SAMs in order to have something like this actually work. Because in Ground RB currently, there's so many anti-air spawns A lot of people that rush in and they die, if they have a SAM, the first thing they do is they spawn in in a SAM. And so you'll have like one team will just be a shit ton of Tunguskas or shit ton of ADATs or whatever, or like a Storm or something. So these probably won't be effective depending on how they're aimed, because if the velocity of the jet going really fast still isn't enough to drop this with like a, depending on how you aim it, of course, I'm gonna assume it's just like the Maverick camera. But if it doesn't lock on properly and you kind of have to wait for a certain point to drop the bomb, it's gonna be pretty interesting. Now the one thing I do remember noting here was actually after. So of course we have the 30 mil. So essentially Russia's gonna get like an equivalent to the F5E with a 30 mil gun pod on it, but instead this is gonna be, you know, internally mounted essentially. So essentially Russia's getting their own Frogfoot, if you will. I guess you could say a discount Frogfoot. I wanted to see, where was it? Right. Come on. Where's the view of that? There we go. So this, I'm assuming, is how we're going to aim the bomb. The guided bombs. Because it says launch is allowed. It's got a little targeting launch window similar to how I'm sure you all are familiar with if you play helicopters. So this is a little aim point. Now for playing DCS and using other planes like this, it's just going to be a little like pipper on this on the HUD that you're going to have to find a location and drop the bomb. So this is going to be more integration for advanced systems. To be honest with you though, War Thunder is never really going to hit a point where they're super advanced. It's never going to be like DCS, because the whole point is that Gaijin simplifies real world systems. That's kind of always been their thing, especially with modern vehicles. The more complex something gets, the more Gaijin has to work to simplify that, to streamline it for the game. So that's definitely going to be interesting. I want to go back. So we've got what I think are 500 kilogram bombs, similar to that the SE-17 carries. These are just the dumb bombs. Of course, you got rocket pods. This 30 mil, if it has a proper velocity and has a good armor target belt, is going to be deadly. This is going to be like the A-7D of Russia. And I liked the MiG-23. A lot of people don't like the aircraft, but in War Thunder, I've kind of found a little bit of a niche way to play it. And I very much enjoy it, and so I think I'll enjoy the MiG-27 myself. Now, I did see that a lot of people, including some of you guys in the stream chat here, we're talking about it carrying R60Ms possibly. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I don't know if Gaijin's going to dive more into all-aspect missiles currently. The R60M isn't exactly the best missile, but it's definitely better than the R60 in the fact that you can fire front aspect. However, I don't know if you guys remember, but for those of you that play top-tier jets, when they first added the MiG-21 with the R60s, R60s could actually shoot planes down from the front. R60s were massively overperforming in terms of their lock angles. So the R60M might be similar to how that used to be, but I think it was kind of like a sniping thing. It wasn't even like a reasonable range. It was like you could snipe someone with an R60 and head on. They would never even have seen you fire the missile. So yeah, if it gets R60Ms, it's going to be better than the MiG-23. If they do give the MiG-23 R60Ms, which I'm not sure if the MiG-23M could carry them, then it would actually make the MiG-23 even better. But for the most part, I don't know if we're going to see R60Ms just quite yet on the MiG-27. We're getting to that point, though, especially when we get to the next aircraft I want to talk about. And also in the... Where was that image that I saw that Gobnik was pointing out? Let me go back to Discord real quick. Where
the
is
real
it?
bomb.
So I'll open this up. So this is a KH-25, KH-29T. This is a KH-29T, I think. These are essentially just Russia's massive Maverick missiles. These are their R/Chonker Mavericks, okay? And yeah, I know about the leak list, so we'll touch on that in a minute. If some of you guys have watched some of my past streams, you'll already know what my opinion is on leak list, but I'll go over it again soon. But yeah, so these, I don't know where this image came from. This isn't in the trailer, as far as I understand. Might be wrong. But yeah, essentially those are going to just be Mavericks for Russia. They're going to be TV guided missiles. So TV guidance is here. And honestly, I like TV guidance. Moving on. So of course we have the Viggen, the JA-37, not the AJS-37, which I'm familiar with playing DCS. So I wonder at some later date we will see the AJS in, because the AJS could be added right now anyways. I mean, the systems and stuff, they're not going to model a lot of them, but you could at least get the RB-75, so you could at least carry 4 Mavericks and 2 RB-24Js, which are AIM-9P/AIM-9J. But we're only getting the JA-37, and I believe the JA-37, as you can see there on the bottom, that's its 27mm gun. The AJS-37 does not have a gun. So I actually think the JA-37 would have less range. I don't think they could carry an external fuel tank like the AJS can, or maybe they could, but in a different configuration. So the JA-37, from what we see here, is carrying just AIM-9Bs essentially, which is really gonna suck. If this thing only gets AIM-9Bs, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be like what the Draken was when they first added the Draken, before they gave it RB-24Js. The Dragons quite simply will just suck, and it will be dead on arrival if it does not get a better missile. I know that the AJS, which is, of course, again, it's like a 1990s upgrade. You know, the AJS could carry 2 what do you call it, AIM-9Ls. You could carry carry 4 AIM-9Ls. So it'd be where these 4 internal AIM-9Bs are, and then 2 24Js here. That's the dogfighting setup I'm used to in DCS. But like I said, this thing is going to be pretty dead on arrival. And I'm worried about how to aim this 27mm cannon. I think it's called the BK-27 or BK-37, 27mm. So it might hit like a truck in terms of its gun, but aiming it, I'm gonna be severely skeptical, since I've never had any experience with the fighter version of the Viggen. So yeah, it again gonna be dead on arrival if it doesn't get a better missile. Of course, you can see there the perfect angle of the Viggen. The Viggen will have reverse thrust. The only other aircraft in game currently that has reverse thrust is the SK-60B. The SAB 105s do not. The SK-60B being a trainer, it will have, it has reverse thrust, and the Viggen will too, which means that if Gaijin models it right, which I know they don't have braking modeled right, like in the slightest, you can carrier land on this thing by just slamming on the brakes the second you hit the deck, and with the thrust reverse, which you can actually deploy in the air, which you're not supposed to. In DCS, when you fly the Viggen, I actually have a couple of streams playing it. When you land, you pull a thrust reverse lever, which engages the second the main wheels hit the ground and registers that there's solid ground pressure on it. It will activate the reverse thrust. So, and for the kick-ass for in chat, knowing the real difference between the MiG-23 and the 27, the 23 essentially is just for is mainly a fighter, while the 27s are mainly for ground attack. And later on, I believe the later MiG-27s could fulfill a anti-radar role. They can carry anti-radar missiles. So we're getting to the point, War Thunder, where SAMs are going to actually not just be able to just sit anywhere willy-nilly with their radar on. I know a lot of times, personally, I see a lot of them with their radar off anyways. So, yeah, we're getting to that point where... when we get any sort of seed, we'll see Phantoms with Shrikes first, and the Russians with KH-25MLs. We'll see that first, and it will lead to a massive power vacuum for SAMs, and they will get wrecked. So yeah, and the Viggen's HUD looked amazing, and also here with the MiG-27, its flares are on top. I don't know if I can see that. Also, I think my mom's home, so moment. But the flares on the MiG-27 are actually on top versus the MiG-23 in game, which are on the bottom, which means that when you turn and you pop flares, you're actually going to be able to somewhat distract flares by making a turn like these two MiG-27s are right now, deploying flares and then rolling the other way through the flares in order to decoy the missile. And the MiG-27s and the MiG-23s, those flares are actually quite powerful. They're much better than the flares in the MiG-21s. They were much brighter. And also, speaking of the flares, they seem to have done more to the model. They look a little bit brighter. It could just be some post effects that they have on the video. I'm not sure. But they do look a lot nicer, a lot brighter. We do definitely need flares to be modeled according to their country and their their power or brightness, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to use layman's terms.
Intensity.
Intensity, that's the word I was thinking of. But yeah, we're definitely going to need that. Because, like, just having a generic flare and then taking all the missiles and giving them different flare sensitivities means that they just do weird things and they won't work properly. They have to have a resistance to flares of some kind up to a certain point. So a little bit of RNG, but even then in real life, when it comes to flying defensively, there is a lot of luck involved. It's not all skill. Because a missile can take a flare that was a perfect defensive maneuver, and it will take the flares. Other times it might not bite. So, again, we're getting to that point in War Thunder where missiles are 100%, or at least 99% of the time, the main source, and flares are gonna have to be modeled accordingly. So, yeah. I think it's a cool trailer. I kind of like the MiG-27, especially because it'll get the 30. And I'm very excited for the Viggen. But again, I am skeptical of the fact that if it only gets these... I mean, yeah, you get 6 AIM-9Bs, but they've changed how missiles and flares work to where AIM-9Bs really aren't that good. But hopefully the Viggen's flight model does not get trashed and does not get the Mirage 3E treatment. Personally, I don't think it will. I think what's going to be the problem is that the Viggen runs into an issue flight model-wise because it's canards. It has canards. I don't think anything else in War Thunder has canards right now.
Nope.
So I'm going to be pretty skeptical and pretty confident at the same time that the canards are going to give Gaijin some issue. If they just kind of simplify the modeling and they model it as if it was a normal tail, maybe it'll work. But again, I'm very skeptical. Although with the Draken and with the Mirage, I think Gaijin's learned a lot for double delta wing type aircraft, especially with the Draken, because the Draken and the Viggen are both essentially double deltas. Let's see. But yeah, I think this is a KH-29T. And also, that looks like the TV camera right there. So, yeah, and these bombs. So, finally, Sweden's going to get some love. I honestly am not surprised that they never gave them another Draken in Tree. Like even a ground attack Draken. It's kind of ridiculous. Sweden's kind of lacked, honestly, in the close air support. However, I want to see... Soviet, do you have that leak list with you, possibly?
I can go find it real quick.
I've seen a screenshot somewhere.
You mean this leak list that everyone's talking about? Check your
Yeah.
DMs.
Check. Thank you. Okay, we'll take it out. All right. So, before we get into this, my opinion on leak lists. You throw enough shit at the wall, it's going to stick. Because we're getting to the point in War Thunder where it's getting pretty predictable for stuff to be added. There's still a lot of vehicles that can be added into War Thunder, I understand. There's a lot of variants and stuff. But I honestly think that it's a bit too predictable. However, I mean, they could be real leak lists. But, and again, when Gaijin leaked that big thing of vehicles, what was that, a month ago or so, or 2 months ago?
2 months.
We kind of already had an idea of what was to come, Missiles on the J-37 look like Bs, yeah. They are Bs. They don't... If there's not an upgraded missile for the Viggen's going to be dead on arrival. Simple as that. It's like the F-104S Starfighter. It doesn't have flares, which I think the J-37 should have inbuilt flares. I know the AJS doesn't, but if it doesn't have inbuilt flares, the Viggen's going to, again, be really, really dead on arrival. Or it's going to be a lower battle rating than the rest of jets, and the Viggen is extremely fast. which if it were to get down tiered because its weaponry sucks, it would be like the fastest jet in game tier for tier at like say like 10.0 or something. It would be ridiculous. But hopefully it doesn't come to that point. I would prefer if the J37 had at least AIM-9Js, or RB-24Js, whatever you want to call them. So, yeah. But anyways, again, that's my opinion on the leak list. I think that you throw enough shit at the wall, it's going to stick. But we're going to look here. Of course, we have some confirmed things like the A5C, that one Fantan variant. There's still a Shackleton. This has been like something people have been saying forever. If they finally add the Shackleton, that would be cool. But bombers are dead. There's no reason. The YH-64 will be a squadron vehicle.
Where do you see that? Oh,
It's right below. If that's a squadron vehicle, that's really bad. The F-104G for Italy, that would be nice because then they would get an F-104 with flares. I would prefer at some point they get the F-104 ASA. But the J37 says it's going to be 11.0 battle rating. The F8E and F8E FN, so one for America and one for France at 10.0. Honestly, the Crusaders are really good, so I don't know why they're still 10.0. I'm surprised they're not 10.3. I understand they don't have flares, or at least the current one doesn't have flares, and I'm not sure if the F8E has flares. I want to say it does. But yeah. MiG-27M, of course, and a J35A premium. I don't see this being a thing. It's possible, considering some of the premiums we have, like the Su-7 BMK and stuff. I don't really know too much about the Drakens, but it is possible that this could happen. Honestly, they should maybe focus jets more to try and catch the jets up to tanks a bit quicker. I don't know. Hey, Ma.
It's hot in here.
Yeah, it is hot in here.
You can leave the door open.
Yeah, I know. I'm streaming, so
Why'd you move the lamp?
move the link because I'll explain it later. I had to put the internet there.
What's this?
That's my Yeti microphone stand. I was trying something.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright. Just give me another like half hour here. I'll be done. So yeah, you can leave the door open. Okay. Where was I? Alright. So yeah, the J35A premium. I don't know. Again, it's possible. I just wish that there was like a proper J35 ground attack variant, which is the J35S, but it's in Finnish service. But we have a plenty of Finnish premium, so I wouldn't be too far fetched, right? Soviet.
Repeat that again. What?
Isn't the J35S a ground attack variant, but it's in service of Sweden? Or not Sweden, Finland. I gotta look this up.
I'm doing. I actually don't know J35s very well.
So the S35B prototype is a prototype. Well, will the J35A be a prototype then? That's a different stat. RB05. See, it'd be funny if we got a J30. Oh, there's the J35A with a white camo. Yeah, I could see that being a premium.
Oh, fuck off, game.
Hi, Purple.
No.
J35
air vehicles.
I'm streaming that right now, Prep. So if you're playing, you probably don't want to.
Yeah, I'm being quiet. Just that was absolute bullshit for War Thunder.
J35C, J35D. I'm probably thinking of the J35F or the G.
Yeah, J35 or Saab 35S was an export Draken sold to Finland.
Yeah, this is the other variant I'm thinking of from Wargame that carries the bomb, the WDNS upgrade, which is like a chonker Draken, but what that looks like Austrian service.
In Finland, the Saab 35 received the designation.
Soviet R13M on Finnish Draken. Now that would be funny. See, because of Wargame, I know that if Finland or if Sweden got anything from Finland in War Thunder, it would be a mixture of Soviet and NATO shit, and it would be actually hilarious. Yeah,
You
so
would
here's
have-
a chaff dispenser on a Draken. We really need a better Draken, and I kind of hope they actually add a Draken before the Viggen, so it's not just a direct jump. To be honest with you, I know a lot of people would hate that grinding wise, but we really need a lot of Drakens in the tech tree because it's literally Sweden's like main fighter next to the Viggen for like the longest time. You have a 280-page book on the Draken. I can find it later if anybody needs info. That's cool.
Just give the Draken the meteor treatment. Just add like 9 of the fucking things.
Yeah. Well, see, I would like something like with a J35 with like RBO5, something that's a little bit more unique in playstyle. Because that's kind of why I wanted to play Sweden and Italy, was they had some unique kind of stuff. But yeah, all right, let's get back to the league list here.
Can we have new CV90s, please?
CV90 Mark IV spikes? Yeah, right. F4 EJ Kai, it would just be a better Phantom with I think better Fox 2s and better radar. Or doesn't the EJ already have a pulse Doppler? The Japanese Phantom already has one. I'm not sure.
I believe so.
And then we got a TU1 5.7 premium. I'm pretty sure the TU1 is exactly what I think it is. It's just a no, not Xbox.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's just a real prototype TU2, which would have like really shitty engines, I think. Status canceled. Number built 1. Yeah, okay. I don't. That one seems a bit far fetched for me.
Hey, if the mouse is allowed to exist, then that thing is as well.
That is true.
Same with the IS-7. There was only one IS-7 built, maybe 3.
Gaijin was like money on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we know we have the Stage 3 ZTZ99, which is technically a 99A1. Gets rid of that forehead that the 99 has, so it won't be able to get penetrated there. A
it's
Type
also
87
well,
RCV. I need to look this one up. Type 87 RCV.
Why am I using APCR at this tier? What the fuck is wrong with me?
Oh, this is, yeah, I know this thing. This is the goofy looking vehicle with the 25 mil. So, yeah, that'd be goofy. But does this have actual steering, or is this like the AMX-10 RC where it has really shitty, just the wheels just turn? Because if it doesn't have actual steering, then it's going to be really bad.
No, neutral steering. No.
Neutral steering? We don't do that here.
MiG-27 and T-80 are actually American captured premium for US Street. Trust me, my dad works for Gaijin. Yeah, where's the your mom meme that I saw circling around? Your mom meme. It's like my dad works for Gaijin. You just sent me this, and it says your mom.
Dad works for Gaijin. Well, I'm gonna get your fucking dad fired then.
Let's see. So we have the M1A1HC, which is possible at literally any time. That could be added tomorrow.
It should have
Not
been
surprised
in
it's
game.
on the list.
What
You
if-
know,
what if
them
that
buffing
updated-
the M1IP, giving it M900 was needed, but it also needed to go to 10.7 because it's way too good for 10.3.
What if they made the HA a modification to the M1A1?
See, if they just made the HC and the HA, what do you call it, upgrades that you could have. I mean, Armored Warfare did it where you can choose whether to have extra composite or extra rolled steel on things like the Leclerc and stuff, the Leclerc prototype. Which, speaking of which, even if it's totally a bullshit leak list, can we see a Leclerc prototype somewhere in War Thunder at some point? Because the Leclerc prototype would be a really good 9.7. It would essentially be like a shittier 2A4, or kind of semi-good 2A4. I don't know. Depends on how you look at it, but it wouldn't have the Leclerc's extra add-on armor everywhere. So Martyr 1A3, that's possible too. Pretty much just copy and paste and give it better munitions and update the model a little bit.
Yeah.
The Sprut, obviously we know that. The Vickers MBT Mark III, we saw that in the dev blog today.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one actually.
The C13 T90, I think, isn't this just a shittier, not Centauro, Dardo? Not T90A. Jesus. Oh yeah, this is the one with the little, this is the one we saw in the files. The one with the, like,
Yo.
auto blindus turret.
Yep.
So yeah, I want to see this thing. It's already in Armored Warfare. I want to see this, the C-13 TUA.
What I would
Piss
like
off
to see in War
everybody
Thunder is
that
better
hates-
ground traction for wheeled vehicles.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, the C-13 would be a meme. It would literally just be a 901 on a really fast chassis. So, AW. Look at AW's old lighting. Looks so good. Let's see. Oh, they did update the new model. Forgot. Where is it? Okay. The PBV301. That's the AA, so we know that. And then a
Oh, it
M16
shouldn't-
and M19 half track for Japan. I could see that. Then we have some naval stuff. I'm not a naval person, but I see things like the Karlsruhe, which would be a premium. It's weird. Alba, Leone, Fairmile, Peacock, Baltimore, USS Pittsburgh. Essentially, is what it would be.
Yubari's already been
Sebastopol
confirmed.
class. Yeah, Yubari we know. Project 30, Schmelly.
You wouldn't
Smelly.
know the
Don't make
you wouldn't
fun
know
of Schmelly.
Gabbiano class, which is another Italian DD. M class, Minesweeper. The reason why I don't believe this for some reason is because of the launch facility, because they removed that from the files. They removed this map. They usually remove their April Fool's stuff. They don't add it back in. However, I honestly wouldn't be opposed to it being an actual tank map, because it was better. It was a better April Fool's map than the Middle East map is as an actual tank map. It's twice as big, and it actually has some decent terrain on the outside, and you risk going into the actual missile silo. So I honestly would not be opposed to it, and I think it's freaking sick. But we have another map called Breslau, which I'm assuming is somewhere in East Germany, I want to say. Maybe the Rhineland. Just spitballing. Oh, it's in Poland? Wait,
Yes.
isn't this an Arma map? In one of the Arma mods?
Probably.
No. No.
If you look hard enough, there's probably a mod.
I think I played this map in that World War II mod for Arma. So is
would-
this like
you
the
would be
Breslau
correct.
area? And it's a city? Cuz this is Swedish. But that just seems completely not like Breslau. Someone help me out here. I don't know Eastern Europe too well. I'm assuming this is what it's what it's talking about.
It's because you're American. Of
Oh,
course
it's
you're not gonna know.
Krakow. There's Warsaw. See, a cool map for War Thunder for tanks would be something like I forget. I had an idea for this map once. and I don't
Siegfried
remember
Line.
now. The Siegfried Line would be cool. That would be a cool map. Yeah, it's in Germany. Is it? Oh, you're just trolling. Poland is Germany. Yes, Hitler 1940 about that one. See, an actual tank map of Smolensk would be cool for World War II versus that air map that they
Fucking
have.
Smolensk is so far inside of Russia, man. Like, how the fuck are you gonna explain that one?
Didn't the Germans go into Smolensk?
No.
though?
Smolensk is fucking deep
Smolensk-
within Russia.
Smolensk is before Moscow, dude.
No, there's the. Are you talking about the fucking city or the province? Because there's two different.
No, the city of Smolensk.
Okay,
we have it
okay.
in War Thunder already
City.
as an air map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
okay,
the one
that's
thing,
a-
the one map.
That's
I
a
know
big
World of
difference
Tanks
from the
did it,
fucking.
But World of Tanks
state.
has a Kharkov map. A Kharkov tank map would be better than the fucking Stalingrad factory map that we already have. But yeah, I'm just going to assume that this is Breslau. At least it's some sort of region in Poland, maybe. So. Yeah. That's all I've got, really. I don't know. Another
Can we have a
1950.
Finnish map?
Can we have a Finnish map? Map of Finland? No, actually, the Denmark air map, I think, did they turn it into an actual ARB map? I know they're using it for Sweden. Or not Sweden, yeah? Yeah, Sweden. Sim. There is the one map of in Isle to Sturmovik. They use part of Rhineland or whatever. And I remember, no, is it Rhineland? There's like Copenhagen and shit in it.
I wouldn't mind more like urban maps, but you know.
They do urban maps so
Yeah.
poorly though. The Sweden map is just bad.
Yeah, but I like maps like Advance to the Rhine and stuff like that. I don't know. I hate like these
I do.
unnecessary.
Rhine,
fucking,
I like Rhine the most out of any urban map in the game, but it doesn't mean I really like it. Breslau is the German name of Warklaw, whatever. I don't know Polish. Apologies if I butcher it. So yeah, essentially it would just, I'm assuming it's going to be another city map. There's some areas I really would like to see in War Thunder for tank maps. However, their political significance in the current world is really bad. Like the Don, because Ukraine, and by the way, Ukraine still has problems. They're still going through some civil war problems. There's the one area of for a naval map I was thinking of, or no, actually, I think we should get a Vietnam air map. I think we should get a map that encompasses all of Vietnam, because Vietnam is huge, but or maybe the Hainan province, but that's actual China, isn't it? Yeah, that's China. But yeah, I think like an actual map encompassing this
China.
this bit. I know I can't really fit it all into the screen, but like essentially, you know, Cambodia, Vietnam, and Laos would be a really
Yo,
cool
why don't
map.
we get like a
Versus just the
like a
generic Vietnam air map, which is based off of this area. I found, wow.
We could like a cool map. Cool map would be really cool for air realistic, but it would probably be like a massive arcade map. Would be like the Euro Mountains and like Everest and shit.
I just realized, so the other day I was thinking of making an Air Vietnam custom mission at some point, and I was thinking, I was like, I wonder where Pleiku is, because Pleiku is like in the southern part of the Air Vietnam map, so that's kind of the area they're looking, because then what you'd have, where is the border between North, oh, right there, right outside Hue, so, okay, I see, yeah, okay. All right, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me today, guys. I got nothing else. We should definitely have a Desert Storm map, though.
I'll be right back.
We definitely should have a Desert Storm map. I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. Take the map I made, put some actual caps on it, change it around, and boom, Desert Storm. So, yeah. Anyways, I was gonna play. However, it's getting kind of late. It's almost 6. I don't really have the energy in me today, so I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna keep watching dev blogs, and stuff like that, but I probably won't make too many videos, like I said in my my video today about for my channel updates. So yeah. Other than that, I would say that everything is kind of back to normal. I'm just in a different area of the house, which is nice. It's hot in here though. So, yeah. I don't know. Some of you guys think about all this shit. I guess we'll chat for maybe 10 minutes or so. If you guys have anything to input. Definitely gotta sort out my microphone shit here.
I don't know. I want to know how much more they can push the engine before it breaks.
Yeah. Wait, do you think the MiG-27 will be in the striker line because the Ek-28? Yeah. Yeah. I actually think Gaijin said recently in some dev blog or something they were going to restructure the trees. I know that what is it? I put on my stream overlay. That's gonna piss me off.
Gets the one-shot medal. Took 3 shots to kill him. Yes, Gaijin, makes sense.
Where is my game capture? Okay. Let's go back.
Man, this seems. I actually like this. This little half track from the season pass is actually really good. I wasn't expecting it to be this good.
So let me look. So I know Koala, Scottish Koala sent in a suggestion about restructuring the Russian tree. And Smith sent something that was actually pretty interesting. I don't know if they're going to restructure the tree, as far as I know. I think they're going to leave it the way it is, but I think the MiG-27 will definitely come after the Su-17. It's kind of the most plausible. Hell, they might even put it after the IL-28 to kind of justify having that line. I'm not entirely sure. But they've kind of mixed some of the design bureaus. Like, of course, you know, we've got Yakovlev over here. We've got the Mika Yangurovich area here. And then Sukhoi and Lavochkin. And then we've got Ilyushin and Tupolev. So, I think they're probably going to put it after the Su-17. They might not, though. If they put, so this is my bet. So if they put it after the IL-28, that means that somewhere down the line they'll add an Su-25 and they'll put an Su-25A after the Su-17. But I'm only betting on that if they put it after the IL-28. How they might even add something else in the tech tree in front of the MiG-27 that we don't know about yet, that will prevent you from just straight up giving the MiG-27. Because just jumping, I mean, I understand you would, theoretically, if you're grinding the tree and you're not like me where you're all over the place here, theoretically you would have to grind this and then grind these in order to access it in rank 7, because it will be rank 7.
I think
but-
it will go after the MiG-23 because, I think they just don't care.
I
About
don't know if they're gonna do that, because that just seems weird that they would put
So-
it after the MiG-23 just cause.
The thing
I don't
is,
know.
they, at a certain point, with all their trees, they stop caring about, their role and more or less the name.
Well, here's the thing, so what Smin said to us that, I don't know if they said it publicly, and I don't know if I should probably say this, but it's not really, it shouldn't really be a secret. But if you've looked at tech trees in War Thunder, there's kind of a rule that I don't know if you've ever really thought of, but according to Smin, what Gaijin likes to, what they try to do is they try to have at least 3 aircraft per tier to grind through, which is why they stack so much stuff. Now, their only real big exception, in my opinion, is right. Actually, wait, no, they must have recently changed it. Never mind, because the Yak line had four Yaks, I swear, at one point. But yeah, they try to keep it to 3 aircraft per rank in order to grind through, which is why they have these weird little gaps here in the tech tree in some spots. Again, look, if we look for
You do
Britain,
Germany in the
example,
109s?
yeah, if we look at Britain, for example, that's why there's 4 Spitfires here. Because the difference between all of these is very negligible. Their only real difference is their top speed and some of their weapon arrangements. Other than that, they're really similar. Kind of the same thing with the Meteors, because I had asked Smin how come the 4 Meteors can't be stacked, because I was looking at the Spitfires, and then that's why he said, well, they want to keep 3, at a minimum, they want to keep 3 aircraft per line. Because I find Britain to be very tedious to grind through, because you have aircraft of such similar capability. Like the Seahawk and the Attacker, the only difference is that the Seahawk is faster. Like they carry RP3s and dumb bombs, that's it. The Venom and
What
the
if
Vampire, same shit, different engine, like essentially just different performance.
What if they grouped the MiG with the MiG-3?
If they group the MiG-27 with the MiG-23, that is going to really confuse me, honestly. I mean, they've already grouped the MiG-21 and the MiG-21 BIS and the MiG-21 SMT, which is the only rank 7 stacking I can think of.
Well,
Yes,
no,
at the
then again, that
moment.
wouldn't make sense because the MiG-27 has a better power plant, doesn't?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they might put it here in the Aleutian line, making it so that you actually can't access it that easily without owning rank 6. Speaking of which, when they move the Su-17 to rank 7, I'm like goofed. I have to get the MiG-19. But
How
thankfully,
much longer do you reckon they fucking add rank 8?
I don't think we're gonna see rank 8 soon. There's plenty of rank 7 aircraft that they can add. Unfortunately, I don't think we're getting a Thunder Chief this patch. Because they didn't. I mean, their trailer was
actually,
their teaser. This isn't the trailer. This is a teaser. Their teaser didn't include it, but I don't know if we're going to see a Thunder Chief or not. I don't know.
But wait a moment. Still, is Japan on that wish list? Is Japan getting another twin-engine heavy fighter?
No.
Then it's not true. It can't be.
Yeah.
Japan must always have a
Japan was
twin-engine heavy
infamous for
fighter.
B-29s getting shot down by twin-engine Wunderwaffe.
Exactly. It's not a real wish list unless there's a twin-engine Japanese heavy fighter on it.
We want Italy to get the ASA, but it would just be too advanced. I don't think we'll see an ASA Starfighter until we get more Fox 2s. And that's the thing, too. I will commend Gaijin on one thing. One thing that they didn't screw up was adding all-aspect missiles onto the MiG-23 first. Because they're not light agile, very nimble, all aspects. They're R23s. They're fucking sticks. Okay. Oh, what's up, French? I see you in chat. It's Wonk. Yeah, it's Wonk. Yeah, I don't. I'm kind of glad they added all aspect missiles first to something like this with missiles that are not super agile. So Gaijin definitely did something good with that. Mechanic wise, I don't know what we're gonna see next patch really. I was kind of betting on APS because we're getting the Sprut, and again, I think they're gonna Frankenstein the Sprut and give it that hard kill system, but maybe
Well,
not yet.
It's not gonna be Frankenstein because the whole thing about the Sprut and its upgrades is it is like they're pretty much just all attachable. They're all modifications. They're easy attachments to place on. So it's if they were gonna do it for the Sprut, they would probably make the like Sprut M1, I think it's called, the final modification.
yeah.
And that would introduce thermal.
Isn't
that would
Sprut
introduce
SD the modern one?
No, Sprut, the 2S25 Sprut SD is the standard one. That's the one that they made manufactured. That's factory.
French just said, I'm not excited for another challenger to stock grind. I don't know what the other team is excited about. Is there another challenger? Oh, yeah. Duh, I forgot about the challenger with the Caps hard kill system on it.
Wait,
Whatever
what?
There was a
I guess
leak.
I'm one and
There was
done
a
in this
leak
game.
video from a couple weeks ago of the challenger with the hard kill system on it. The
What
one
the
that we
fuck?
know as the LEP or the Black Knight.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I can find it.
Awesome.
Wow, that's the first game I've actually had to one and done. Fuck Frozen Pass.
I'm gonna be really happy about the GSH 630 because it's just 230 MPS. I'm assuming you mean meters per second slower than the Geo 8, which has an X speed of. I don't know.
You mean RPM?
No, I think he means actual meters per second in terms of like velocity. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't really know. I definitely want the MiG-27 though. It's gonna be super fucking good with that 30 mil. Just. Of course, they will make the armor target belt, obviously.
So-
if it costs SP.
I mean, the thing is, like, since we are getting this 30 mil, this is basically the same 30 mil of the SU-25. So if we have this, you already know, you're gonna know what the 30 mil on the SU-25 is.
See,
gonna
here's
be
one
like.
thing I am gonna display real quick. In game. Is one thing about the MiG-27 that I know I'm gonna do, and I know other people are gonna do, is if you're ground attacking fast, okay, and your wings are folded back, you're not really creating so much lift, so you're gonna plonk it into the ground if you get low. I already see this happening with people. Also, congratulations, big boy, on getting the Bussard in the B4. I can't believe you actually got the Bussard. That's pretty impressive, to be honest. To play naval and get the naval task done for the top tier reward, like. So I'm just gonna gain some speed here. I'm gonna kind of show you guys this. Also, the Epic Thunder sound mod is super loud, in my opinion. I don't know how easy it's gonna be to hear me and other people over this. Definitely when I edit videos, I have to turn it down. This is the Epic Thunder sound mod. Sadly, it's not finished because Gaijin changing their sound engine kind of screwed them over. But yeah, so this is kind of what I'm going to be talking about here. When the wings are folded back and you're going Mach, although I'm not going Mach, strafe, and you try to pull up, or like you're trying to do low flying, you know, to avoid SAMs and stuff. When the wings are folded back, the plane kind of falls out of the sky. So it's definitely something to be careful for when gun running with the MiG-27. And also one thing, Gaijin, I commended you on a lot of shit, but one thing you need to fix is the fucking damage models need to be dynamic. They need to work. Because I'm kind of sick and tired of assuming that my wings are folded back and I'm agile and my wing is invisible and clipping a tree because the damage model is not different. That needs to be fixed. If they keep adding swing wing aircraft, it's going to have to be fixed soon. Because it's not like a you can deal with it kind of thing, which you kind of can, but at the same time, when you least expect it, it's a problem. But yeah, like right here, like the plane just kind of falls out of the sky when you head towards the ground. And you know, when you do shit like this, you know, if you're strafing, let's say there's a tank on a map like that. See, like, I almost tail strike there because the plane doesn't have the lift to kind of hold itself up. So you have to come in at it like a weird angle. But yeah, I see this happening with the MiG-27 a lot. Me personally, I don't know about anyone else. But it's definitely something to watch out for and to try and compensate for, because it's just not going to end well. And the other thing is too, I have a problem with how Gaijin handles, God, that's loud, spawn points, because with the MiG-27, with its, with its guided bombs, its TV guided bombs, if you're spawning in and your plane costs like 800 to 1000 SP and you're trying to use those munitions, because our air spawns in top tier still spawn is super close to the ground and super close to the battlefield, and you spawn at max speed to where you can't really pull away from the battlefield depending on the plane. And the problem that's going to happen is if you don't do like what people are currently trying to do with Mavericks, where they spawn in, they turn away, and then they kind of sit outside SAM range, using something like those bombs means that you're going to spawn in an aircraft that costs 1000 SP to be blapped by something that costs 70 to 150 SP, which is just such an annoying gap, in my opinion, between aircraft and SAMs currently.
Press fucking X to doubt on that. I don't believe an M5 Stewart's fucking front plate can stop that round. Even at point blank.
Yeah, also, now that you remind me, French, the Jaguar is similar to this. The Jaguar does not have the kind of aerodynamics required for like a low pass. It's kind of wonky too. But yeah, essentially, the MiG-27 is not going to matter if you get destroyed by something that costs literally nothing and can shoot you at up to 10 kilometers depending on the SAM, and make all the SP you just built up worthless. Something 9.0 and above is just on the airfield. Well, here's the funny thing, okay? I'm not going to load up the mission editor right now, but essentially all Gaijin needs to do is just take a spawn bubble and move it back. They can leave it at the same altitude. All they have to do is literally move it along the x-axis back more. Do you think we'll ever get tire squealing sounds? You can. However, I will serenade you with the beautiful sounds of that exact thing, actually.
It's extremely possible.
This mod actually has very noticeable tire squeak sounds and brake sounds. The only problem is that the afterburner is very quiet, very subtle, and not very thunderous. It's kind of like a fiery, like windy sound. Other than that, yeah, it kind of needs some work. And also, the aircraft environment sounds are not correct. Like, as you can hear, the gun sounds sound exactly the same as the cockpit. It's kind of a weird problem. Honestly, I kind of wish they would have just added the SU-20, the SU-22 M4 instead of the SU-17. It's like, it would have just been the most advanced version, and we already would have had some of these missile systems, but they could have just kept them out of the game for a while. But maybe that was kind of their plan, is just to add one aircraft with it rather than a shit ton. Please don't destroy my tail.
Destroy your tail.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, I will, I'll turn up this audio actually so you can hear the tire squeaks here in a moment. The 30 mils sound amazing though. I'm gonna turn up the audio so you can hear the tire squeaks. And also there's sounds for like gears and stuff deploying that are more noticeable than War Thunders.
Oh, cool invisible hitbox game. Fucking wow. Okay.
Alright, you ready for
I
the
didn't realize
squeaky
my
sound?
wingtip was like 3 inches fucking in that direction. Just crashed
I don't know if you
because
heard that.
my
I'll-
plane.
Oh, you can't hear the inside, but yeah, they're there. They're there. Subtle, but there. It's more noticeable.
Докладываю. Следуем к цели.
Yeah, if they had the SU-22, they yeah. Well, East Germany could get it. I don't really mind. I still think to this day that East Germany should be separated into a separate tab and queue up separately from NATO and should be always, pretty much always with the Russians, to be honest. I think, like, how it should work, and I've said this multiple times, is that you have an army and an air tree, and then you'll see, like, an East German tab open when you reach, say, rank 5 of air and ground. Then the new tab unlocks, and then you can start researching stuff from that tab and get a couple of starter vehicles for free, essentially. It's not like you're giving a noob free shit. I mean, yeah, they theoretically could blow a bunch of money on a bunch of vehicles at a certain rank. Of course, Germany wouldn't work because these are hidden, obviously. Or you want to spend $1,000 on E100, go ahead. Who am I streaming with? You recognize that voice? There's Soviet Cat, and then there's Prepcool. I don't know. Prepcool, do you know French?
No, maybe.
Probably used to another Aussie.
Probably. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I've met a lot of people. I'm on a lot of servers, so I've probably talked to someone. Or they've probably timed into the stream at some point and been like, "Hey, I recognize that voice. He was in that stream like 3 weeks ago."
Yeah.
I'm always here, so he's probably like joined in one of your previous streams and just heard me or Soviet before.
But honestly, yeah, the East Germans and the West Germans could still be separated. To be honest.
I think that would be the best way to do it because I really don't want to be fighting A1A1s and T72As.
At the exact same time in the exact
That's
same
insane.
lineup. It's really stupid. We already kind of had this thing with China, but at World War II. I mean, it kind of overlaps with the M60 and the CM11, but it's not super noticeable. That's just
It's still
the two tanks
extremely
and-
annoying.
But yeah, it is annoying. Like, imagine like playing Germany and having a 2A6 in the same lineup as like a T72M. You know.
I mean, people don't really abuse it or do anything with it, but having two T34s, well, actually 3 if you get the premium and then get them backups, and then an M18, that's really annoying.
Yeah, I don't really like how they've done the German tree in this game. It's all over the place. It's really stupid. And it makes balancing the vehicles worse because you're balancing essentially two nations at once. Like, when there's these German vehicles, I mean, yeah, Gaijin can just share the battle ratings, but it might not reflect how that vehicle performs in a different nation with a different battle rating or a different lineup. So, yeah, I don't really know.
I don't
kinda hate
know.
how
Like
they've
before
handled it.
they started adding a whole bunch of shit into the German tech tree, a T72 would have been alright for a premium.
Well, like for the longest
You know,
time, they had a MiG-15 or a Saber. That was kind of harmless, to be honest, because they fought on the same team, and it was jet battles, and it was already Germany. I mean, Germany and Russia were already fighting together. It was just the CL-13 that was kind of annoying. But yeah, if they get to Cold War, the more East German shit they add to the German tree, the more annoying it's gonna get. The more balance is gonna be thrown out the window for it, and it's gonna become a clusterfuck, and then people are gonna get mad, and they're gonna regret
Game's
it.
already a clusterfuck.
I know it is, but it's unnecessary. Dude,
Dude,
T-72 literally just T-72A. Yeah, I understand that, but again, it doesn't even matter. It's just like, you know, mixing the two lineups. It's just really stupid.
You want to see a clusterfuck? Look at 8.7 right now.
What, of just every tech tree?
No, 8.7 just right now because of BMDs.
Yeah.
It's bad because they can go just as fast as reverse as they go forward.
Yeah. There was something else I wanted to mention, but I can't remember now. Yeah. The Dardo should get its commander's sight. It would be kind of nice, and it should probably go up to like 9.7. So. Didn't I lock the
The
desktop
Emperor's
screen? It
New
should be
Groove
hidden.
is.
Interesting.
By the way, who the fuck like made the rain for War Thunder? Because I can't see shit through this.
Oh, he had
Such
lock. You had to hit
terrible
one hidden
rain
thing. That's
mechanic.
what I meant to do. Alright. Yeah. I got nothing else. So, is there anything you want to add?
I want the sprut.
Want the spreet?
I want the spree.
This is
And a
this is Polish, right? The Haramo.
Want a Sprite Cranberry?
The what?
I'm thinking of the Haramo. This the Polish sprut.
Oh. Oh.
Hey, like how it says on the side, medium tank.
Medium. Yeah, sure. You keep saying that.
No, not search Google for image. Yeah. Keep
want
telling
the
yourself that, Sweden. Or not Sweden, Poland. Jesus.
You tell
To be
yourself.
fair,
that.
Poland doesn't really know what a tank is until it's running through your village.
Roy Gephardt
Poland
fell
didn't know what a
into
tank was
7
until they
years
needed
ago.
like an actual like
Oh,
tank.
really? Wait. Did you intentionally do that, you mean? Oh, well, yeah, it's the A3, so yeah. Yep. Alright, guys. Again, I got nothing else, so that's pretty much it for today. We'll see what happens. And yeah, I start college in like the next 2 weeks, so definitely won't be doing that this more often, so. Thanks everyone for stopping by today. Wow, it is hot in this room. I can't even think. Sure, it's getting hot. I need a better fan. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. And hopefully the vegan is not dead on arrival. Otherwise, I'm gonna cry.